You are live. Okay, had a little technical difficulty there. It just like, mm, wouldn't start. It just wouldn't start. Um, Kept saying it couldn't connect, disconnect any other devices or whatever. There we go. You guys can hear me. That's good. Okay, so we are on day 5. My name is Bess, and I'm the host and have been your host for this week in this event. So, what is this event? Where you at? What you watching? You know what I'm saying? This is what we're watching. It's the day 5 of the 5-day single mom bargain event. So I've been sharing some places where you can find some bargains. There are some unusual places where you can find these bargain deals. Um, and I realized I've been going like through the ABCs of all of this stuff, and I realized on the way home, driving from work. Let me push this down. Okay. So I realized on the way home that I totally skipped 2 letters in the alphabet. Did y'all catch it? Did y'all catch that I missed 2 letters in the alphabet? Because I've been kind of doing the ABCs of this bargain hunting, and I missed 2 letters of the alphabet. I totally jumped letters. Hey Shannon, thank you for watching live. Thank you for those that are watching on the YouTube channel, the Single Moms Level Up YouTube channel. There we go. I was just about to type something in the Facebook group to say, "Hey, I'm frozen." So it seems to be that hmm, you know, there's some things going on with all this technology stuff. So anyway, so I missed two letters in the alphabet. I missed the E and the F, and so I thought I'd just blanket cover those and have everything can be everywhere. You can find bargains everywhere. You got to find bargains. You just have to be aware and have the awareness to look at things, and notice things, and it will come back to you when you need it, where you saw that at. um, and then that's the E. And then the F is just have the freedom, you know give yourself the freedom to find new things by trying new things. I've been wanting to do a pumpkin patch thing with my kids when they were little, but never got around to it, and now they're older and they're not with that. But I have a grandson, so that's something that I would like to do. And I know where there's a pumpkin patch and a strawberry patch, and it's the same farm. As they change their their fields and stuff and their crops, they'll have different things. And sometimes it's sometimes it's peas, things of that sort, but things that little kids can get their hands on and pick and everything. But just know that everywhere you can find bargains. You just have to be looking for them and be aware of it. um, be aware. A lot of times that area by the cash register is one of the places to find things. But you have to be careful with that, because that's why it's there. It is the impulse buy, you know. the impulse buy. So you have to be careful when you go over there. But as you're standing in line, just take notice of what's there. Sometimes it's little trinket stuff that sometimes you could drop into a stocking. You could drop into, and just give somebody a little appreciation gift, birthday gifts, things of that sort. You'll find those things. Here's something that this is just a little tip from my single mom, my mother, who was also a single mom. These are some things that she would do. She would find some really good deals, and she had a cabinet out in the garage. She had a cabinet that was out in the garage, and it had all these gifts in it. It had all these. I didn't realize they were gifts, but I just realized it was a lot of. Sometimes she'd find some really nice crystal bowls, candlestick holders. Um, she used to give these baby gifts to people that were having new babies, and it was a sterling silver piggy bank from a company called Things to Remember. Things to Remember are still around, but I don't think they make that piggy bank anymore. But they had it used to have a sterling silver piggy bank, and she would give that piggy bank to people for baby shower gifts. And she had particular things that she would give to people for different events and occasions. But she would buy these things, and no, and they weren't expensive. I think there was something like $12 or something like that. But it was a little cute bank about this big. Um, and she would when she found stuff at a good price, she put it in this cabinet out in the garage. And so when events came up, because my mom was she liked to entertain people. That could be another thing for the ease, is to finding entertaining um dinnerware and dishes and things of that sort. A good place for that is Home Goods. I didn't mention that yesterday, but it is Home Goods is a good place for that, to find those things. Those other places, kind of, sort of, but Home Goods is really a good place, as well as At Home. Um, but those are good places. But yeah, I missed the E and the F and jumped to the G and the H. And today we're talking about the I and the J. We're talking about the I and the J. And then I also want to remind you that if anybody is interested in joining the Single Moms Academy, it is scrolling at the bottom. You can go to the website, www.singlemomslevelup.com. The Single Moms Academy is just more of what we're doing now on a consistent basis throughout the whole entire month, instead of once a month. So anyway, it's more of a connection. It's not for everybody, and it's all good. Don't worry about it. It's not, no high pressure pitch or anything like that. Just if you wanted to uh, um, be more involved in this Single Moms Academy, or in a Single Moms community village, then that's where you would go. So anyway, yeah. So the I and the H, the I and the J, the I and the J, H-I-J-K. Okay, H-I-J-K. I had to actually, I'm sitting there. It's the funniest thing, because when you can say the alphabet like straight through, but when you have to break it up, I don't know about anybody else, but I kind of got to think about it a little bit. As you see, I missed something already. But yeah, so today is day 5, and we're talking about the subject of the I and the J. So we're talking about the I and the J, and of the bargain deals. And uh, let's just say that the I could be, let's see, the I could be for bargains is, uh, hmm, I want to say internet. I want to say internet. On the internet, you can find a lot of bargains, but you do have to be careful. Some of them are you get what you pay for. Let's just say that the internet and as where you can find a lot of bargains, which I'm sure everybody's aware of that. You can find a lot of bargains on the internet, but you need to be careful. Some of those things that if it's $2 for an iWatch, an iPhone watch, An Apple Watch, come on now, $2, $4 for an Apple Watch. You may not be getting the real thing. You know what I'm saying? Just be careful with that. So that's the eye of it, and then the eye of it, the internet, and then sorry, something that just all of a sudden, because I'm doing something on here, this thing was all my emails want to start popping up, and I'm telling it to cut it out, and it keeps popping up. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna ignore that. So anyway, the eye of it can be is the internet, and then intuition, your intuition. That's that thing that's it just, the idea or something, just like you feel this urge to, oh, I should get that for so and so. So that's an intuition. Oh, I should get that, or oh, that's a good bargain. um that's an intuition that will come up too, and just be aware of that, and that comes and goes. But it's an intuition that will tell you, hey, that's a pretty good deal right there. You just saw that at another store for such a price, and now here it is at this price, and it's the same exact thing. Use that. And women, that's one of our gifts, is to have an intuition. And then um, the J of it would be uh, some people's junk, that they put out on the curb, uh, is really your treasure. And I'm not saying to dumpster dive or anything like that, but sometimes that can be something and a project that you can work on yourself, as your time, your me time, or to, hey Stacy, thank you for showing up live. um, or you can work on that as a project with your kids. um, Also, something else is jewelry. Jewelry is a good, you can find some good jewelry bargains at some of the flea markets, or some of the what do they call them, Christmas boutiques. um yeah, Christmas boutiques. Like I said, we have a Nutcracker, in which we're not going to get to the ends for this, but we have a Nutcracker market. It is a big deal out here in Houston, and that's a lot of places. That's where a lot of people go to get their Christmas things. This is Nutcracker market. Um, but those places like that, where you can find some jewelry, you can find um, you know. All kinds of things, at I haven't been myself. I've just seen the advertisement of it, and I've heard other people talking about they were there, and how much fun they had there, and the things that they got there. But that's what you can find with the J, the I and the J of it. And what are some other places that are I's and J's? This one was hard, so I didn't really come up with too many on the I and the J. Um, uh, I would say that the I and the J is just invent some things, that can be bargains, and through it. And I'm kind of covering some of the days before I'm bringing it all together, because this is the last day. But be inventive with some of the places that I mentioned before, where you can find these bargains, and be inventive with the things. You can put them together and create something that is going to bring some joy to somebody. And that's also one of the J's of the bargain deals, is that you can find some joy in giving somebody else something that is from your heart, and that was truly heartfelt and meaningful from you to them. And that could mean something to them as well. A lot of times it's stuff that they truly needed, didn't know that they needed, but they find out, when you give it to them, they're like, oh man, I really did need that. I wanted something else, but I really did need this. And so bring some joy to somebody through some of the bargain deals that you have, and that you come across. Some of it is an investment. Some bargain deals will be an investment for you to invest into somebody else's life, to show them, um, that you care, and to bring some joy into somebody else's life. These are some of the I's and J's of bargain deals. Um, and that's a big thing. So if you look at what I had on yesterday, I had some jewelry on, and that jewelry was from a company called Paparazzi. So there's paparazzi jewelry. Paparazzi jewelry is like the earrings, and you get the necklace as well for $5. I was like, what? Yes, it's costume jewelry, but I really, really, I was about to say love costume jewelry, but it ain't that serious. But I really like costumes, some good costume jewelry. I used to, um, I used to buy costume jewelry. My mom got me into buying quality costume jewelry that will last from um, from Macy's. Um, Buying it from Macy's. Was it Macy's? Actually, it wasn't Macy's. It was Nordstrom's. In the South, I don't know when it changes or where in the States it changes, but here it's not called Nordstrom's. It is called Dillard's. So Dillard's is a good place to buy some really good costume jewelry. Costume jewelry just meaning it's pretty, but it's not like it looks jewel, but it's not real jewels. It's a really good gold plated jewelry. That's costume jewelry, and that's very inventive, an inventive joy. And that paparazzi, you can find that a lot. If you probably Google it, you could probably find somebody that sells paparazzi in your area. It's you'll see some people. Excuse me, I'm sorry. You'll see people that are online that sell it. I know a couple people that sell paparazzi jewelry, and they kind of do it on Facebook, and they actually show you the items and things. One of my friends, she created a whole company around her paparazzi jewelry. And it's called User Bling. I can provide you guys with her link, and that you can see what she has, and she actually displays it to you and tells you how much it costs and everything. Her and her husband do it, and it's really fun. She does hers like in a fun way. It's not just like, okay, we got this jewelry number five, it's not like an auction type thing, but they're really fun, and they're in the way that they do that. I love that her husband has gotten on board and backing her with it and helping her out with it, and I think they call him Mr. Bling, and she's Mrs. Bling, and so you deserve bling. But yeah, I could put that connection on there too. So usually on the fifth day of any of the events, I have been calling them challenges, but I'm realizing that that's causing some stress for some people. So people don't click in. You don't want to click in and to be a part of a challenge. Even though most people run from challenges, you don't want to be stressed out. So I'm going to change it and start calling them events instead of challenges. Um, but um, but the ingenuity and the an investment of joy into other people's lives by using some of the resources that I told you about all this week. If you've missed any of these videos, any of these sessions, you can go back, especially if you're in the single moms group, the Single Moms Club. You can go under the guide section where everything is neatly laid out for you for day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they're all laid out for you, and you could click on it, watch the video, hit the done button. That way, if you get disturbed and you have to go do something else and you come back to it, you know where you left off at, and you could start with the next video, because I know sometimes that as we are single moms, we get interrupted. We don't always necessarily get our time to ourselves in large spanses, which is why I try to keep the sessions to just 30 minutes. And then of course I provide replays, and these replays will be available all the way through Tuesday. Tuesday will be the giveaway day, and if you don't know what the giveaway is, then watch I believe day one I went through what the single mom queen kit involves, what's in it, and went through all the pieces and stuff that were in it, so that you know, if you're a winner, what you're getting in the box. That's just a free giveaway from me to you, whoever wins that. And it's really simple. Just like, share, or invite somebody into the single moms club. And yes, you do have to be a member of the Single Moms Club. It is a free club and will always be a free club, where we run these events once a month for single moms, and in response to the three questions that are asked of you guys when you come to enter into the club. And those questions are asked so that we can provide you with the content and information, and support, and ideas from whatever it is, from the questions, from the answers that you put down for to the questions, the three questions that are part of the entrance into this group. So currently I'm not really doing um, single dads at the time, but I've gotten a couple of single dads that have requested to join in, but I've also gotten some kind of stalker men that are trying to get into single women. I don't know what that's all about. So I've kind of just zoned in on single moms. And that's because I can speak to single moms, because I'm a single mom myself. I'm the single mom of two, and I have a boy and a girl. My son is the oldest, and then there's my daughter, who's roughly about 5 years or so younger than him. And then I got my grandson, who's a newborn. So anyway, yeah, so at the moment we're just doing single moms. I can't really speak to single dads, so because a lot of the subjects that I'm talking about are specific to single moms. I don't know what single dads challenges may be, so I can't really speak to them. So I kind of just don't let them in the group at the moment. Um, Unless maybe I could find somebody to partner with me that's a single dad or something, and we could have that single mom, single dad camaraderie there, upholding each other. But until then, I could just do single moms for now. So if you're watching on the Single Mom Level Up YouTube channel, just know that that's what's up with that. I'm not intentionally, I am, but I'm not leaving out single dads. I can't talk to single dads. I'm not one. I don't know what the experience is as a single dad, and I never will. So, and I'm not even going to pretend that I do. I'm not a psychologist. I'm just a single mom sharing information with other single moms, which is what I used to long for when my kids were younger. Is that other single moms would share um, information, resources, friendship, but it seems like, when we're single moms, that we seem to we isolate ourselves a lot of times, and we don't share information much, you know. Um, we come together for a moment, and then we kind of just fade off and go off into our own lives, and then until the next moment, So, although that's life, because people have different lives and different schedules and everything, that's life. But I just wish that there were more resources for single moms that didn't involve us having to degrade ourselves, having to dwindle and cut ourselves down to almost nothing in order to get some support, some help, some information, some direction. And that's I think that's a horrible thing. And I'm referring to the government, and I'm so sorry, but that's just my experience of it. I know that it's a resource, but the way that they make you, or it makes somebody that is maybe brought up in a single family home, where you're middle class, and then you need some help, and maybe you have a home, and but you're struggling, and maybe you're people like to put titles on it, but you're struggling and you just need some help for a little while. Maybe that's the case, and they don't have a resource for that. I would like some direction for that. So I'm going to just put it out there. I prayed about that, and it just came to me that, hey, single moms can level up too. Single moms can level up and not be what society says that we are. Society and other people put so many labels on single moms, as if we don't already have our own loads to carry, raising our children, while still trying to not lose ourselves in the whole picture of it, the whole weight of everything, and not lose ourselves, in that, where we don't take care of ourselves through self-care and self-love, and ask for help, and know that it's okay to ask for help, and hopefully you'll ask for help from the right person, because sometimes we ask for help and people want to sit and judge, and we have to listen to a whole lecture, and we have to have somebody constantly keep coming at us sideways, you know, because we asked for help one time, or we ask for help, every now and then. And that's just unfortunate that people don't have more compassion, for the fact that, hey, we're holding it all together. We're holding it all together. And yes, we need a break every now and then, and not just once a year. I'm just saying. So anyway, if you haven't watched the rest of this, to be a part of the Single Mom Queen Kit giveaway, feel free to watch the replays. They're up. They're 30-minute sessions, so technically you can actually binge watch all 5 days in about 2 to 2.5 hours, and you can binge watch it and over the weekend put in your biggest takeaways from that. Put in maybe some other things that I may not have mentioned that might be a resource or something that might help some other mom or even me. And let's keep this going, where we help each other out throughout our single mom journeys. And we're all at different levels, new moms, moms for 20 something years, single moms for 20 something years or more. We're all in here at different levels of our journey, and having somebody else that's already been through it to share their experiences, share their knowledge of being a single mom and their ways of bargain deals or whatever the particular event is talking about, is what we all need. We need some place that it's not threatening, it is inviting, it is encouraging, and it is something that is lifting and pushing us up, not pushing us down or pulling us apart. That's what the Single Moms Club is all about. That's what Single Moms Level Up is about. So let's go from just surviving to CEOs in every area of our lives, by touching all the 5 pillars in our lives that will help us to level up to the next level, where we can be the ones in control of what is going on with us and our children and all those areas of our lives, our relationships, our personal lives, our personal relationships with ourselves, our finances, our spirits, our spiritual lives, and all of that. When we're touching on it, not saying that it's all perfect at the same time, but when we touch on those areas, we touch them regularly and maintain them, and invest in them on a regular basis, then that's when the finances come together. So let's do that, y'all. Let's go from just surviving to CEO in every area of our lives, through self-care, self-love, and supporting one another. So that's it, y'all. It's officially over. I'm at 29 minutes and 30 something seconds. So I did really good this whole challenge. I hadn't gone too far. But except for I think one day. But I want to thank you for watching live. Thank you so much for watching the replays, and thank you for sharing, liking, and putting in the comments your biggest takeaways or some of the things that I didn't drop on, that I didn't touch on as far as bargain deals with the ABCs of bargain deals. So I will see you guys next month. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next month. I'll see you on Tuesday so you can see who the winner is. And this is no strings attached. Just, whoever wins, just send me your address. Of course, if you are outside of the country, I did have the last winner last month was outside of the country, and she didn't want me to spend that kind of money to get that box to her, which was so sweet of her to do. So I offered her one of my digital products that I sell in my shop. That's on IG in my links in there, and I sold her. I didn't sell her, but I gave her one of the digital products, which was a journal guide, and I gave her that, which covers all the 5 pillars of our lives that we need to set goals, have courses of action, and pay attention and focus on the benefits of us reaching those goals. So thank you again, Shannon and Stacy, for watching live. Much love to you guys, and hashtag single moms level up. I'll see you guys Tuesday, which is giveaway day. See you then. Bye.